All right, rolling right back into another highlight. So y'all know the the gig, the process. MadamZmusic.com. Send me your artists. Submissions are under these highlights. There's a link on my page. You can DM me. You can message me here on YouTube. You can message me on BandLab. So here we go. Y'all know how it goes. Oh, I can't even find the opening on this. Gosh, that's the kind of week it is, right? I think that's the kind of week it is every week. I'm just making excuses at this point because everything's falling out. All right, make sure no one's stuck. I feel like every week this gets a little bit more full and a little bit more exciting and a little bit, I don't know what I was going to say there. A little bit more something, a little bit more jazzy, a little bit more exciting. All right, so again, can't see my names here. We're going to do random drawing of the day. And thank you to Lydia, who was our artist last week. We got to jam out. And this week we are going to jam out to, Reckless Velvet! Woo! All right, so if you don't know, you will know soon. All right. Hey everybody, happy fall as we're rolling into much colder weather. I am in like total hobo mode today. I did not put a lot of effort into my appearance for this video, to say the least. I was in like conference, full corporate, pretty lady mode all week, and I'm just like not really giving many fucks today. So you get me in my sweatshirt. So babe, you can read it. Laid back. This is like my laid back, easygoing sweatshirt. I feel like that kind of fits the vibe, and the vibe as we get a little bit colder weather. The smoke out here in California is crazy. I drove over the Sierra Nevadas from Sacramento. Not sure how many of you are familiar kind of with the geography, but Sacramento is about 2.5-ish hours from Reno. So you basically just, go over the Sierras, over the hill, as they say, and through like Donner's Pass and all of that. If you're not familiar with the Donner Party, Google that shit because it's crazy. But through that whole area, and I can see like with bad weather comes in, especially in the wintertime, how something like that could happen and how you can get stuck up there. People get stuck up there all the time still. And the concept of chains on your tires, if you've never dealt with that, I grew up on the East Coast, and despite how much we were like, oh, the Smoky Mountains, the Appalachians, those things are hills, y'all, like in comparison to what's out west. And I think I never really understood the vastness of the Western United States until I was like traveling on a weekly basis for my job. So it's, I love it. I'm a geographer, so I'm like constantly just like, ooh and ah, and my mouth is probably like, as I'm driving around, like looking at the snow-capped mountains and everything. But my point is I drove over it this week because I was in Nevada this week, and the smoke up there, because we have a lot of active fires. And again, something that was very foreign to me growing up, right? You would hear about all the crazy fires in California and Australia, ironically enough, because I have another Aussie highlighted on the show today. But it's just crazy, like if you're not in that and used to that, like the fire season and driving through all of that, and just dealing with like the smoke and the quality of air is just horrible. So anyway, I can't even imagine like those that are fighting like right on the front lines are, the fire response department and a lot of those other officials, because it's intense, and I have mad respect for people that actually get out there and deal with this on an annual basis. So anyway, craziness. I'm not even sure what my point ultimately was to this, other than all the weather and me being lazy with my attire today. So, but whatever, we can do whatever. So yeah, that kind of gets me back into Reckless Velvet, the reason we're here, reason I'm here today. And really, really excited to highlight Reckless. He is amazing musician, amazing contributor. I didn't realize until I started going through his page and links, like how much you have out there. So it's absolutely amazing. I thought my link tree was intense, and Reckless Velvet's is like beyond. So awesome to see how much you're putting yourself out there. I think that that's really like part of what this is, in that our ability to do so. And I'm gonna really quickly, my internet's being a little bit being weird. And this is, of course, all right. Okay, here we go. Loading. Sorry guys, like the best time to be having technical issues, right? Is as we're trying to jump into somebody's catalog. So if you, Reckless Velvet, at Reckless Velvet, you make this one easy for me. So you can find his BandLab page via BandLab, right? And then at Reckless Velvet. I will, link him also out in the comments or the post when I do put that out. And Reckless is from Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. So I've never actually been to Australia. I would consider myself a partial world traveler. I go where I can, when I can. And I would love on my bucket list. I have visit the Sydney Opera House. I know you're not in Sydney, but just overall Australia, definitely on my bucket list. And then at some point getting up to the East Coast. I would love to go to the Sydney Opera House. I remember learning about it in like Geo Safari when I was a kid, like all the, wonders of the world and, whatever that you would play on that stupid little old. You guys know. Those of you who did it know exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, that was one thing. I was always like, oh my gosh, I've got to get to the Sydney Opera House. So anyway, bucket list, Australia. I know Australia is much bigger than Sydney, but it is awesome. Anyway, because we did Lydia at Lydia H Music. She was our highlight last week, so go check her out too if you have not, and my video from last week. And anyway, so Reckless, awesome musician. I'm gonna play obviously some songs in more recent posts of his today, and this is his current profile photo before I forget that too. And you can find his account, basically links out to everything. I love that you have a link tree set up. I feel like that's one of the most efficient ways to get like kind of all of your links pushed out as one kind of shareable link. So awesome that you do have that. So you can find the link tree is also linktree.com/recklessvelvet. And it links out to literally everything, I would presume pretty much everything where he is publishing and kind of putting his music out there. Mentioned driving, being in all that smoke this week. Finally, I was in kind of eastern Nevada, so once I actually got to my destination, I was away from a lot of that, but it was really carrying across a lot of the entire region. Just because we have so many active fires going on up here right now. So the first link out that Reckless has, and his link tree says Aussie guitarist and music producer of original music. And I love that. And he is a great guitarist. So go check that out. Oh guys, going to see Joe Satriani next week. Like, speaking of amazing guitar. Well, next week, it's the week after, but I'm so excited about that because electric guitar especially is one of those instruments that just makes me get all the feels inside. And like Joe Satriani is just, I've never seen him perform live, and I'm just like total fangirl about it. And I'm, anyway, super excited about that, but deterring away from Reckless here. We're not here to talk about Satriani. We're here to talk about Reckless Velvet. So, every time I say Reckless Velvet too, I want to like go into Black Velvet mode. Reckless Velvet, if you please. So I think we're going to just do that every time we mention Reckless Velvet. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if I can keep up with that. I feel like my energy, I kind of caught up on some sleep a little bit last night. But because I definitely didn't get much during the week this week. But I don't know if my brain is going to keep up with all of this. All right, let's get back to what I was talking about here to listen to music. So I just want to mention out again, some of his links through his link tree, since I keep distracting myself with other things. That's what I am. It's like my ADD all over the place. Like, there's a squirrel. I get like all these little side trails of like octopus tentacles, and it's hard for me to find my way back to the main body. So let's not do that. Clickable link. So Bandcamp is the first one that he has linked down at the top of his page. And I feel like a lot of artists generally put some of these more in order to prioritize maybe where they want to direct people. So Bandcamp, and maybe not, maybe it's all very arbitrary. I have no idea. Maybe it was a more agnostic approach. I'm not even sure. So I think that maybe though Bandcamp. I did go follow you on Bandcamp too, Reckless. And I'm on there also. That's like the newest platform I'm on. I have not done a lot with Bandcamp. My thought of setting it up too was so that I could start doing not marketing material, but merch. Sweater merch, that's the music stuff. All right, so I want to start putting up like just various merch, t-shirts and hats and things like that, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. But I am releasing another album. This is album 2, but this is gonna be actually all cover songs, and really excited because it's all BandLab cover songs and projects that I've done with all of you over the last 3 years, and I haven't really properly announced it on BandLab yet, but I planned on doing that this weekend. Circling back to again, getting distracted there by all the things. My point was that I'm gonna try with that coming, and as I'm kind of getting Bandcamp and some of this other stuff set up, I'm gonna get the merch stuff going. It's like, one of those things that like, if I commit to this, then I have to do this and I have to do this, and it all kind of domino effects from there. But I will get that up, and I'll let you guys know kind of when that's up. But until then, go find Reckless Velvet. Sorry, that was kind of rude. I'm like promoting my own stuff in the middle of this highlight of somebody else, but sorry, I don't really generally do that, so forgive me. Reckless Velvet, he is on Bandcamp. Please go and pull him up if you guys are on Bandcamp, and get his albums. He has a lot of tracks on here as well. Oh, sorry, there isn't an album. There's a lot of various tracks on here though. That's for my internet not loading fast and me not knowing enough apparently. So anyway, go check out the Bandcamp. And show Reckless some love on there. The next link out he has on the link tree would be for Twitter. So if you're big Twitter users, go and follow Reckless on Twitter. And I really do appreciate that your name is pretty consistent across all bases. So on Twitter, he is at Reckless Velvet. Also, the R and the V are capitalized. I'm not sure if that makes much of a difference when you're searching from somebody. I have a Twitter account, but I just don't really use it. So that's probably my most underutilized link. And I'm actually really curious on how much benefit you're seeing in doing Twitter. Are you? I'm really curious. If you guys are out there doing Twitter and finding success at it, excuse me, I would really be curious to know kind of how you're proactively going about that, and what kind of ROI you're seeing on putting yourself on Twitter specifically. Again, very curious. I feel like people get on there a lot for political arguments and stuff, and I can't get behind, I don't have time for that. So, but again, from a musical standpoint, musician standpoint, are you finding that beneficial? Random question as I'm kind of going through here. But next link, and I love this. He has a link out to YouTube, which kind of is everything that he has on YouTube. And then he also has a link, YouTube Music, that links directly to track videos and things like that. And so this is the YouTube, and you can find, again, Reckless Velvet on there. But go kind of scope out, some of these. And I forgot when I was kind of digging through this that you and Jenny Stevens, who I highlighted a handful earlier in the year. I was back on an earlier highlight. You all had posted a video that was called Flower Woman Live. And this was about a year ago. And oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so here it is. I'm gonna play it. Oh, and also one of my okay, it is connected.
Calm and relaxed mind.
There we go. Sorry. I also disconnected. I've been gone a week, so I have not messed with my wires yet, and I'm still getting that weird feedback that I was getting last week. Oh, here it is. Okay. We're not gonna listen to a bunch of.
G'day everyone from Australia. Reckless Velvet here, Ackett, Simon Webster. G'day Jenny from all the way over from the UK, how are you?
Hey Si, great to see you mate. I'm all
Jenny
good.
and Reckless in the flesh!
Right. I'm not too sure. So we're going to be
Jenny's hair is so badass.
Beautiful version by Jenny. that you guys have heard all over the social media. So we thought we'd play this for you today, and I'm hoping I don't stuff this up. So we'll just get ready.
You guys can go check out, like I said, that earlier highlighted of Jenny as well to find all her things, because she's a total rock star as well. In addition to, all right. And I wanted to share this. This is from January 2021, so like actually almost 2 years ago at this point. And I remember this was like at the peak of us all still being stuck in COVID and how much it sucked. And this video had given me like so much inspiration and emotion when you all put this out, and like this reminder of like keep going. I was also battling with like my comfort in doing video and stuff at that point too, and seeing you guys do this live made me like feel a lot better about doing it, and I hope that it affected other people like that too. Flower Woman, and again you can find this via we said red velvet, black velvet, red velvet, reckless velvet. Apparently I want cake. I have no idea what's happening. So go check this one out, Flower Woman, Reckless Velvet, YouTube. It's you know, you can watch the rest of the video. And let me get back real quick. All right, there's also an awesome video, and I'm half tempted to play it and half hopefully Reckless won't get mad at me. He's got a video on here that's called Godzilla Boogie and is like one of my favorite videos on here. And I was like, I could do a duet with you with the Godzilla Boogie, but yeah, go. I'm gonna do it. You put it up here. I've got to do a little clip here. All right.
You're going to need a smaller cabinet, because now you can take all those supplements you're taking or not taking and replace them.
We don't need any of that. Okay. I've got to, right? So if I can match the moves. I love this. I had a coffee cup.
Godzilla's here and he wants to say you got to boogie woogie. Godzilla boogie.
So I got the Godzilla Boogie.
Godzilla boogie. Well, Godzilla boogie, boogie every night and day.
This made me so happy.
Burn it down, and then you hear the boogie woogie piano sound. Godzilla boogie.
Oh, this has got Jenny on it too.
Well, Godzilla boogie, boogie, boogie every day.
Y'all go check out Jenny too.
Godzilla's here and he wants
Oh my gosh, I love it so much.
much.
I think I'm boogie wooging my hair out. Okay, go and boogie woogie and do all the things. This is awesome. All right, so such feel good, pick me up kind of stuff, man, guys. Man. All right, so back to the library, and I guess you have heard a little bit of the music so far, right? So, again, he has so many link outs here. So, YouTube, like I mentioned, you can find Spotify, really quick. Reckless Velvet on Spotify. He also has links out to iTunes, to Facebook. This is what his Facebook account looks like. Oh my gosh. And so I was going to say Instagram has some of the funniest videos. Let me really quick actually play some music. So I'm going to play the song, Trace Back featuring Sean. Oh, I haven't heard this. This is dropped 8 hours ago. It was called Trace Back featuring Sean Sidetrack. Oh, this should be awesome. So I haven't heard this, and this was not here when I was perusing. So let's check it out. Shall we? overdub there. All right, so go check that out. That was not what I anticipated, so surprise, surprise. This next one is called Beat One, and I love this, and I actually had commented on this when I saw it kind of roll through my feed earlier this week. And he says, added some more bits to my first beat, because he has kind of said several renditions of this posted over the last couple weeks, and says, added some more bits to my first beat, trying to step out of my rock comfort zone. Thoughts, feedback, greatly appreciated. And I love this because I love when people expand outside of their comfort zone, or especially maybe a genre comfort zone. I feel consider myself more genre fluid, and I do all kinds of different genres, and I love all kinds of different music for many, many different reasons. So I love that you are, and seeing other artists experiment and get creative and do things and like put themselves out there in ways that they may not traditionally have. I love that quote by Amy Poehler. It's very hard. Now I'm gonna have to pull it up to just give you the direct quote. I will come back to that in a second, because I think it's important. Putting yourself out there, and just, because nothing's gonna happen if you don't put yourself out there, right? If you just sit in the corner and say, oh, I never will happen, blah, blah, it's not going to, because you're not doing anything. And I feel like when you throw yourself off the cliff into possibility, you may find you have wings. So even if you are scared to death. So this is really awesome. And so I'm gonna play this real quick, pull that up, and I'll come back to it. Hold on. And I also love like electronic and stuff, as you all know. So I had somebody tell me the other day that I was just like, rock was, they knew that was my love, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know if you know me very well, because I love it all. That's all like feel good too. Kind of seductive. Fun and playful. I love it.
One time, just blast it up. 2 times, go pump, get up. 3 times, get out of here. Bringing that weight coat done with fear. 1 time, just blast it up. 2 times, go pump,
You know, a little bit of hip hop in there. I love it. I love it.
Out of here. Bringing that weight coat
So
done
yeah,
with
Beat
fear.
One. Listen to the whole thing. That never happens. Okay. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so the quote, she says, it's very hard to put yourself out there. It's very hard to be vulnerable. But those people who do that are the dreamers, the thinkers, and the creators. They are the magic people of the world. So don't forget to claim your magic. Actually, there's a book I read recently when I took that production class earlier this year that was really about empowering women. And my mentor during my class had recommended this book. It's called Big Magic, and it is by Elizabeth Gilbert, I think is her last name. Hold on. Now I should have had this. Yeah, Elizabeth Gilbert. She also wrote Eat, Pray, Love, which was like a big book back in the day. But anyway, Big Magic was the book that was recommended to me. And it's really about grabbing your potential, the magic and ideas. And it talked a lot about ideas, like creativity, ideas almost as entities, like these like living energy that we grab onto. She even had a story of this woman who would feel like, be outside working in the garden and would feel the wind coming and could feel the energy, like those ideas, again, you know, I think if you're open to something like this, right, but would feel that coming at her and would literally run as she was catching it and like, you know, get her writing material, and it would just come through her and out. And if she didn't get it, she would lose it. And I mean, completely, you know, and how ideas can move if you don't do something with it, saying, hey, I'm here, do something with me, that it can move on to somebody else, because it wants to live through us in a way. I know this might sound crazy to some people, but anyway, just go read Big Magic, because it's amazing, and it changed my perspective on a lot of things, and on how you have to be open to that, right? And to be able to, when an idea comes, and so I've tried to get a lot better at that, because that's kind of how music and songs come to me in almost like melody format, and it's just like sentences and words that just kind of come out of nowhere, like, you know, walking musical, right? And I will try to really quick record those or write those down, because if not, you know, I lose it pretty fast. And another reason why I've tried to get a little bit better with opening myself to putting myself out there, not just with these videos, but acapellas. I've done a couple of acapellas, and I have a ton more that I want to get just thrown up on BandLab, because I've started being under kind of, again, that thought that, you know, ideas, the universe is kind of giving those to us for us to do something with and then give back to the universe. So I'm trying to be less perfectionist, OCD, and more releasing and letting, and especially in this community, seeing where that grows, what that grows into, and where that goes, and what it evolves to. And it's crazy because it's already opening doors, I feel like, for me. And anyway, back to Reckless. But you guys don't restrict yourself from not reaching out and trying and doing something with what is already kind of living in and flowing through you. So anyway, back to this week, back to Reckless. So I did mention, you know, we played a couple of songs, but please go check him out on Instagram too. Instagram, I thought I had his page somewhere and I lost it. Oh, hold on. That feedback is killing me. I'm just gonna unplug that cord for a second while we finish talking before I play music again. So again, Linktree, you can find him on Instagram, on TikTok, and he has a lot of really funny videos, so go check them out, because they are just good times and good energy, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. So definitely, in addition to just kind of scrolling, you can see there are some probably funny videos on here. Go check them out. I won't play them all, but he's a pretty funny guy. And definitely keeps me on my toes. So let's see, we've got Facebook, I think I mentioned TikTok, iTunes, all these other ones, SoundCloud. I know that's another one for a lot of people. SoundCloud, there's some songs on there as well. And then there's a Triple J Unearthed link at the bottom of the link tree also, which I hadn't heard of before. But when I go to the link, it says Unearthed must be very well known, I think, in Australia and the Australian music community. It says established in 1995, Triple J Unearthed has kicked off careers of thousands of Australian musicians, and then it kind of gives a little spiel on you know, statistics and stuff. But go check out the link if you want to listen through that. It looks like that's also an option, especially if you're in that area, and it looks like it can be done online anyway, regardless, I think, of your geographic location. And then PayPal, there's a link there too if you want to, you know, support and show Reckless some love. And let me get back to BandLab. And on his page too, his kind of like little summarization is Australian music producer collaborating with artists from around the world. Collaborations available on all major music platforms. DM me if you want to collaborate and we can discuss further. Please free feel to donate. Any links out his PayPal, but he also very open to collaborations. I mean, it is BandLab, right? So please go check out what he has. And I'm gonna, now that I've blah 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 about all the platforms, let's play some more music. And I love that he also very supportive of the community. He shares out a lot of music from other people. What we're really here for, right, is all that love and nonsense. So this is Metal. testing out his new amp, mucking around with direct recording, but it's still badass. So go check that one out. That is actually from March 2022. I think you also had a long gap over summer, very much similar to myself. You know, times get crazy, life gets crazy, and we can't always do everything at once. I totally get it. But I saw some people saying welcome back and things. So looks like there was a little bit of a gap. Oh, here's another one with Sean. Let me make sure that's not the one I just played. Where is it? Where is it? No, that one was Trace. Okay, so this one is called The Sentinel. This is from March with Sean Sidetrack again. So go check. Says this is so hot it will melt your face off. Sentinel. This next one also Sean Sidetrack. I didn't realize you guys had so many collaborations together. That's awesome. Sean is awesome. Reckless is awesome. Show them both some love. This one's called Feed the Madness. Madness. Go check that one out. It will be on the highlights list, but you can also find these directly through Reckless's account as well as needed. This next one's called More Than Human, and this is featuring Gabriel Conca. Hope I'm saying that right. Conca. At Gabriel Conca. I'm not sure I know Gabriel. Gabriel. I meant to say Gabriel. Gabriel, I want to say this then. Forgive my phonetic pronunciation here. I know, I was more worried about the last name, right? So I think it's Gabriel Conca. Conca. Correct us if you want the phonetic pronunciation in the comments. That is totally fine because I'm doing my best. So go check out that song, More Than Human. Again, will be on the playlist. I am on highlights of the week 3. As far as the playlist, I'm not sure how maxed out I am. Really quick, what is going on? Okay, I don't know. It'll be on 3. I might have to start 4 this week. I'll let you guys know. I don't want to waste a bunch of time looking at that one. I'm trying to go to the next song. So this one is a sexy and soulful collab. His words, not mine. Sexy and soulful collab with at Lil Vino. Good Lover. A song dedicated to all the good lovers out there. Ooh. So all of us. this is Vivian Okay. Okoy? Again, phonetic, please correct me. There you go, girl. Y'all check her out. Woo! Whew. 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 That was awesome. So yeah, that one again, Good Lover. I'm not gonna forget that one. That's gonna have to go in another playlist too. Oh, that is nice. That was nice. All right, so I'll do one more here. This one is, wow, somebody with Good Lover. I love it. I love it. Oh, congratulations on your trending on that, because that was beautiful. All right, so this one is called Slow Weekend Blues. So end us with like a little bit of a slower bluesy vibe here. And this one has, come on, baby. Come on, internet. All right, while this is desperately thinking about working. Why are we not? There we go. Internet's being slow. So this one is... some weeks ago, so you guys can go check her out. Oh, and it's got Veronica. She's a badass too. Oh, all the badasses. Oh, and RJS are all on this. Beautiful, beautiful collaboration. RJS I just found through actually doing my highlights too a couple weeks ago, so I know they're all above the top, over the top, substantially amazing. The talent on BandLab still blows my mind. Like the musicians, the caliber of musicians within this community is just like, and not only that, it's just like how supportive everybody is of each other. Like you guys are amazing, and I think I should listen to the rest of the song first. All right, this one will be on highlights 2, highlights 3 or 4, highlights all time. Yeah, and I just want to say like how much I genuinely appreciate and love you all, if I haven't said that enough in the past, because this community, this platform, BandLab, all of it has dramatically improved, but also just changed my life and the musical direction of my life. And I just want you all to know how amazing you are, and how grateful I am for all of you in this community and your participation and your suggestions and your feedback and sharing and highlighting, and huge shout out to Angified and her entire team that pumps out shows on the daily, both between who they're highlighting, their support of this show and what I'm doing, and everybody across the board. And I can't name all of them because there's quite a few folks over there, but you know who you are, and I love you so much. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for my highlight this week. Sorry, it went a little bit longer because I got sidetracked so many times with all the tentacles, but super glad that I'm mostly keeping pace with doing these again, and I will roll right into my next highlight so I can get through more of you, because this is super fun, and I feel like with the streamlining of it a little bit better just not so much editing. Although next weekend, I am going to Yosemite for the weekend to vibe out and hike and spend time with family and experience the fall colors. And I will not be here to video, so I will try to get one in and maybe like early the next week. If not, it will be a little bit of a lapse. But I also, one of my kids has a School of Rock performance coming up next weekend too. So lots of things happening, but I'll try to keep, like I said, on this, get this done, get this loaded, and yeah, just keep coming at it with the love and support and the, for everyone, sorry, not this necessarily, but for all of it, because you guys are amazing. And I am so honored to be part of this entire community. So that's it for me. And I always have them so far away. I don't know why. I don't know why. Have you seen, I still haven't gotten any of my art hung up because this is my life perpetually waiting to get things done. But hopefully this week, we'll see.